Has our market changed in the last 30 days? I know there have been a lot of rumors about interest rates dropping, Feds doing certain things. Maybe this is going to stimulate the real estate market. People are going to list their houses. Buyers are going to start coming out and buying more. What's really happening though out there in the real estate world? So here's a quick summary, and this took me a bit because I looked through over 350 home sales in the last 30 days. So very, very recent market update to see what is happening. So 350 home sales. I analyzed these sales by different price points just to see what the differences are going to be and where people are buying and what that looks like. So I looked at 50 to 100, I looked at 100 to 200, I looked at 200 to 400, and I looked at 400 plus, so more in that higher end. And that 400 plus goes all the way over $1 million. I think you might be surprised at which price point sold the quickest, sold for the most, that sort of thing. So this is, I think, a very good indicator of who's buying, who's selling, and what's going on in our market. So drum roll, right? Which of these four price categories sold, or let's just say the opposite way, which of these four price categories took the longest to sell and sold for the lowest amount compared to what they were listed for? Any guesses? 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's the lowest price point. So the price point of 50 to 100,000, most of those sales priced between 50 and 100,000 in the last 30 days sold under asking price, and they took longer than 30 days to sell. So what does that tell us? It tells us that, look, if you maybe want to grab some investment properties, we have seen a lot of investors liquidating their portfolios, selling packages of homes. We've seen that a lot. We've also seen an uptick in investors coming into our market and taking advantage of some of these things. So I think it's interesting that what we've been feeling and seeing is actually happening. So that $50,000 to $100,000 price point, it's taking the longest, and people are getting the most money off of that asking price. So, okay, if you want to buy in that price point, now is the time to do that. Interestingly enough, all of the other price points, so basically from 100,000 to over $1 million, those houses all sold for over asking price. The majority, not all of them obviously, the majority of those homes in those price points, all the way up to over $1 million, sold for over asking price, and they took less than 30 days. Now obviously there are some that took a lot longer, and maybe they didn't sell for over asking price. We're just talking about the majority of these home sales in the last 30 days. Okay, so what conclusion can we draw from that? Hey everybody, it's still a great time to sell your house. People are still out there. They are still offering great prices. Some are going way over asking, some are going right at the list price, some are going just slightly under, but the majority of these home sales are selling at asking price, if not over, and they're selling in less than 30 days. So pricing is key, but this is a great market. Despite anything else that you're hearing out there, despite any interest rates, which depending on your credit and lots of other factors, those rates are still hovering around that 6.5%, maybe a little bit less. But obviously we're keeping a close eye on that too. Guys, it's a great time to sell your house and take advantage of this market. And obviously, according to this data, it's a great time to scoop up some investment properties too. We can help you with all of this. So call us today.